All right. If you could be known for only one thing, what would it be?
The financial problem solver.
What is the greatest lesson in leadership you've learned as an entrepreneur?
You have to be willing to be responsible and liable for things.
What personal characteristic has been most pivotal to your success?
Personal character, not taking things personally.
All right, outstanding. Now we'll slow it down for a second. I'm just going to look out a random card. Just let me know when to stop cutting the deck.
Okay, you can stop.
All right, top card. Is it more essential to develop beliefs or gain knowledge?
Beliefs for sure, because that's how we run as humans. We run based off of our beliefs, not our knowledge.
I love it. Always get the knowledge later. But if you're pointed the wrong direction, doesn't matter how fast you run. Can you name a book that has helped to forge you as a leader or as an entrepreneur, and why?
I mean, for sure, if you can see right here, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's
It
a
looks like you got the cash flow game right beside it. So we
yeah,
have two purple items. Okay.
right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and then a couple other ones. Like I really like Who Not How. It really not only changed me as an entrepreneur, gave me the guidance as an entrepreneur, but also just thinking logically. Like if I want to do something now, I'm not gonna think of how to do it myself or the thing. I'm gonna think of the who behind it, who can help me do it.
Great. Yeah. You talked about pivoting earlier here. Let me just throw in my favorites
Yeah.
on that topic is the Lean Startup by Eric Ries. So
Okay.
love that point you made. Yeah, definitely. Too many startups failed to pivot. Bad move. What's the
Mhm.
biggest hurdle you've overcome in your business in the last year, and what did it teach you?
Yeah, biggest hurdle in business. Let's see. I think that so over a year ago, I kind of struggled with growing my practice, getting more, helping more people. And the way that I helped, the way to kind of pivot around that was stick to our system. Our system involves going on podcasts just like this, guest appearances, sticking to content creation, which is our podcast, Thinking Like a Bank, and just kind of sticking with that system. It works. So that was kind of the realization I had was stick to the system. It works. That was the biggest probably shift over the last year. We've seen a big, huge increase in taking on new clients. So that's obviously very important when you're a small business owner. And I think for next year, I have no idea what's going to come. The next challenge, probably, I think I do know the challenge now. Actually, it's hiring, having an administrative person that could take on more of the things that I'm doing. That's the next pivot. Still haven't accomplished that yet, but that's the next thing on my plate.
Great. Can you send us out with a quote to help forge our listeners as leaders and entrepreneurs?
Yeah, a quote. Okay, so Mark Twain said that a banker is a fellow who will loan you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the second it starts raining. So the point of that quote is never rely on banks. Be your own banker if you can, and yeah.
That's too good. All right. Well, here, one bonus question because you did mention your podcast, and I always like to honor fellow podcasters. So tell us about the Thinking Like a Bank podcast, what you're trying to accomplish, and what it's done for your business.
Exactly. Thanks for that. So it's called Thinking Like a Bank. It's meant to share strategies and principles that banks use that you could apply in your life, and you can find financial freedom that way. We brought on guests who are accountants, lawyers who talk about saving strategies, who talk about saving on taxes, protecting your assets, growing your wealth, side hustles, anything to do with getting you closer to financial freedom. That's what the show talks about. Check it out. I think we're almost episode 109 now. And yeah, and if you want to be a guest on the podcast, let me know. I'd love to interview you, George, on my podcast. But yeah, so check out the podcast Thinking Like a Bank.
That's outstanding. I would love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just one final question. We have to make sure that our listeners know how to reach out to Sarry Ibrahim.
Yeah. So best way, easiest way, thinkinglikeabank.com. Go to the website, thinkinglikeabank.com. You can download a book, you can check out our podcast, you can email me, connect with me on LinkedIn. Everything happens at thinkinglikeabank.com.
All right, outstanding. Thank you so much for taking your time to share your knowledge and experience with our audience, Sarry.
Thank you.